This was the first time I went on a real holiday with my daughter. Of course, we had spent time together before, lots of it actually. We made many small daily trips to places close to Istanbul. The one with short drives, small adventures, and simple moments. But this time was different. This time we were leaving the city. We were going away for 4 days, just the two of us. This trip meant more than just a vacation. My daughter, Yaz, lives with her mom. As a divorced couple, we always tried our best to keep things balanced for her. We tried to make sure she's always felt safe, loved, and supported by both of us. Thankfully, it has worked well so far, and we all want to keep it that way. But still, life changes after divorce. Time together becomes more precious, moments together become more intentional. And last year, I felt something. She's a 6 years old now, and it is the age when you start to collect memories. The ones you remember when you are older. So it was time for a new adventure with my daughter. Hopefully, one of the many memories she will remember in the future. Her mom agreed with the idea, and most importantly, Yaz agreed too. So I did what an excited father would do. Booked a 4-day holiday at a 5-star all-inclusive hotel in Antalya. If you travel with a child, especially alone, you quickly understand why these hotels exist. Everything is easy, everything is safe, everything is ready. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. And soon enough, we were at the airport, ready for something special, because this was also our first flight together. When you become a parent, your goals slowly change. You stop chasing big achievements for yourself. At least the prioritization change. You put chasing moments with your little one first. Memories and small things that will stay in your child's mind forever. This trip was exactly that. I didn't want a perfect holiday. I just wanted us to experience something together. Our first flight, first hotel, our first real trip outside the city. And you know what? When we sat on the plane, I could see the excitement in Ya's eyes. Curiosity, joy, wonder. Children don't hide their emotions. And in that moment, I understood something without her saying a single word. She was happy to be there with me. She was excited because we were jumping into an adventure together. She felt safe. She trusted me. And if you're a parent, you know exactly what that feeling means. It means everything. There was also another interesting thing. I have aerophobia. Flying usually makes me, uncomfortable. My mind starts creating scenarios. Turbulence feels bigger than it is. But during that flight, something strange happened. I barely felt it. Because when you sit next to your child, fear suddenly becomes smaller and responsibility becomes bigger. And that changes everything. Social media sometimes make traveling a child look magical and peaceful. I hate to break it to you, but it is not always easy. There is a reality behind. It is beautiful, but exhausting. Right before we arrived at the hotel, my daughter's impatience reached its peak level. You know that moment when a child asks the same question again and again, like, are we there yet? That was the time my patience was slowly being tested. And that's the moment when you remember something more important. You are traveling with a child. Children feel emotions much deeper than we think. They sense tension immediately. They notice your tone, your energy, your attention. If you lose your patience, you might leave a small, broken heart behind you, and that is never worth it. So, the real key while traveling with a child is simple: patience and presence. You need to be fully there, not thinking about work, not checking your phone, not worrying about the next thing, just there. Right after we checked into the room, we knew exactly what needed to be done. No unpacking and no resting. We put on our swimsuits and went straight to the pool. And just like that, the adventure started. That became our routine for the next 4 days. Every morning we woke up early and went to breakfast. Right after breakfast, you guessed it right, went straight to the pool. The hotel was very crowded, kids were everywhere, especially around the aqua park area. Children were running, shouting, laughing, sliding, and everything. But Yaz is a bit more grounded and calm. She is full of life and joy, but in her own way. So that means sometimes she can't make friends in a place full of kids. And this time she didn't make any friends too, which meant something else for me. Maybe the reason was she had already a friend next to her. I realized I had a new job. For those 4 days, I was not only her father, I was also her friend. And let me tell you something. I used those aquapark slides more than I ever did in my entire life. Up the stairs, down the slide, again and again. At some point, I stopped thinking about time. Hours passed like minutes. Sometimes we laughed so much. Sometimes we just floated in the water, quietly enjoying the sun. A couple of times we even got a little emotional because we both knew something. This was our first real trip together. Those 4 days passed incredibly fast. Most of the time, I completely forgot how the time was flying. It was a happy time for both of us, also a very exhausting one. For me, the exhaustion was constant. For my daughter, it only appeared at night. Every evening, when her energy finally dropped, she would suddenly admit that I'm tired. But the next morning, full energy again. Looking back now, I realized something simple. Trips like this are not about luxury hotels. They're about presence. They're about creating small memories that will quietly stay with your child for years. A slide in an aqua park, a laugh at breakfast, a sleepy walk back to the room at night. These are the moments that build a relationship, and sometimes they also build something inside you. For 4 days, I didn't think about work. I didn't worry about the future. I was simply a father spending time with his daughter. And that was more than enough. Because at the end of the day, life is not measured by the number of trips you take. It is measured by the moments when someone looks at you and silently knows everything will be okay because my dad is here.